It's 6 o'clock, so we are ready to start with our presentation. For whoever just joined, I'm Federica and I'm part of the DocCity team, and it's my pleasure to introduce you to this live webinar of University of Pécs Medical Schools. Today with us we have Livia, Matej, and Dalma. They are here to answer all of the questions that you might have about the schools, the faculties, admission process, scholarships, and anything that really could be of interest. We will be asking you to write all of your questions into the Q&A box that you find in your Zoom window. We will be answering at the end of the presentation, but please stay connected and keep writing all of your questions into the Q&A, because we will be monitoring and we will be answering at the end of the presentation. It's now time to leave the floor to Dalma, who is going to start with the presentation. We will be sharing with you 2 videos. The first one will be related to the medical school itself, and the second one will be a focus on the Faculty of Pharmacy. So I now leave the floor to Dalma that she can share with us the first video for today.
Thank you, Federica. Hello, everyone. It's nice to see that you are here in a great number. And I will just start our first presentation about the University of Pécs Medical School.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Gábor Horváth. I'm a graduate of the Medical School University of Pécs. I will be your host in the upcoming minutes to show you our university. Let's take a look. Where are we located? Pécs is located in Central Europe. We have a 2,000-year-old city, Romanian name called Sofiane. We are a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Pécs is just 2 hours from the capital. We have a Mediterranean atmosphere, very close to the Adriatic Sea, with a university town with nearly 20,000 students. We have 10 faculties located all around the city center, very close to public transportations like bus station and train station. So it's easy access to our faculties. And now let's take a closer look. What can we offer to you? We have a general medicine program for more than 35 years. We have also dentistry programs in English and Germany, and we have a pharmacy program as well. We started a biotechnology MSc in 2010. We offer you undergraduate courses in the field of general medicine for 6 years, dentistry and pharmacy for 5 years. We also have master and doctoral programs in biotechnology and in PhD programs, all type of fields in clinical and non-clinical medical fields. We have almost 4,000 students in 3 programs. As you can see, we have more foreign program students than Hungarians, so the international environment is guaranteed at our university. We have high capacity in all general medicine, dentistry, and pharmacy programs. For further information, follow the links. Hopefully, you can find all the answers to your questions. Admission requirements are the following. You have different educational backgrounds. You will bring a high school diploma and some English knowledge. We need strong background in biology, chemistry, physics, also advantages. High school grades are not considered, but entrance exam performance counts if you would like to get into the medical school, University of Pécs. Application procedure starts every year at the 15th of January. Information could be found in the upcoming links. Until the 30th of June, you must take your application. That's the deadline. If you feel that you are not yet ready to our programs, we offer you preparatory courses at the University of Pécs. We have different lengths of programs, which has different starting dates. For information, follow the link, and you can find all the answers to your questions. If you would like to get into our medical school, to a general medicine, dentistry, or pharmacy program, you have an entrance examination, which has a written part and an oral part. Written part consists of 100 questions for 100 minutes in an online platform, while the oral part takes 20-30 minutes in Skype or Zoom, when you will meet with a professor of our medical school and you will talk about general medical questions and about your motivation. If the A chance is not successful, you have 2 more chances to retake the exam. About the tuition fees. Our general medical program is $16,750 per year. The dentistry program is a bit more, $7,350 because it includes the costs of dental materials as well. And our pharmacy program costs $8,400 per year. National ranking and reputation is very important. We have high reputation within Hungary. As you could see, we have first, second places and Center of Excellence award as well. But also the international recognition is very important. Your diploma will have a high level of international recognition because our school is in the World of Directory of Medical Schools. We are within the top 200 at the Times of Higher Education World University rankings, and also we are in the top 500 at the US News World and Report Educations. International recognition gave many positive feedbacks from Norway, Israel, US and Canada as well. So these countries, and even much more, gave a feedback that our students are well trained and very successful in the postgraduate exams to get into residency programs. We have services for our international students, for you. We can assist you in admissions, we can help you in visa issues, we can organize you your medical help, and also we provide a lot of help in your everyday life at Pécs. We also have a student housing which help you, free apartment rental service. We have psychological, legal aid help as well. We have a parcel point at our university. And there is a famous peer program where upper level university students can help you in your everyday issues, can guide you how to become successful as a university student. We offer a free license to MBUS, which is available only in our university since 2019. This is a German-founded encyclopedia which can help you during your studies. You can use it for free. The student life at the University of Pécs is very fruitful. You can read a lot of programs what we can offer you for your free time, for your weekends. So when you are not studying actively, you can participate in a freshman ball. You can participate at the international evening. You can visit motivational speeches. There is also Pécs Music Society, which is very famous about their concerts. Let me show you some pictures about these, which can show you the atmosphere of the student life at our university. Here you can see some sport event organized at our university building. You can see the very famous white coat ceremony. Before you start your clinical rotations, you get an official white coat from our professors. This is the freshman ball, or the international evening, when many colorful costumes and many international cuisine could be tried, and you can enjoy a very nice event with your classmates, with your university mates. And hopefully in a few years, you can be one of these happy students who are smiling to receive their diploma and can start the new life after this milestone which you could reach at our university. The Modern Cities program helped a lot in the modernization and capacity development of the infrastructure. This is how you can visit new building blocks, you can use new teaching and hostel facilities as well. And now I would like to show you some pictures about our city, about our life at the University of Pécs. I hope that you will enjoy them. This is our new building, what you can use. There are many big lecture halls, seminar rooms, so you can start your studies in this newly erected building. The main building entrance, you could see a lot of bicycles because the distances are not huge in Pécs. So by bicycle, in a few minutes, you can reach every point of the city. The János Pannonius Clinical Center, where you will make your rotations. This is just 100 meters away from the medical faculty. So very close. You can participate in the patient care. You can learn in these modern, newly built buildings as well. The Béla Ents Clinical Educational Center, as you could see, just at the site of the main clinic. You can get your clinical lectures here, and right after the lectures, you can visit the patients in their wards, and you can take part in the patient care. Very famous, our science building or Santa Agate Research Center. This is one of the most developed research centers in Central Europe, where there is the highest level of virus lab. Nowadays, because of COVID-19, there are many research projects running in this building. Later, as a student, you can join to student research programs, and you can participate in researches as well, which could be the base of your future thesis, of your future diploma work. MediSkills Lab is a simulation lab, which is very important before you visit patients, to have some skills, some hands-on course in this new building. This is the most modern in Central Europe, with many options, what you can practice here with models and with computers. The University Library and Knowledge Center is very famous. It's a few years old building. In exam period, students really love to stay here to study for their upcoming exams. This is a very nice and calm environment. You could see the Kodály Center, which is a famous concert hall in Central Europe. Many national and international concerts taking place here. So if you would like to have a cultural evening, just visit the Kodály Center. Zsolnay Cultural Quarter also helping us to make a cultural rich environment to our city. The cathedral is very famous with the 4 towers of it. And our main city center is the Széchenyi Square, where you can see the old Turkish church, very nice summer environment with flowers, but not only daylight, also at night. It's a very fruitful environment. You can go there, there are many live concerts, you can sit out with your friends, you can grab a beer or grab a wine, and you can enjoy their company. At last, I would like to show you a picture about our graduation ceremony. Hopefully in a few years, you could be one of these students who are smiling and happy after a 5 or 6 year long study. This could be a milestone of your life where you can start your future adulthood with a career of medical doctor, dentistry, or pharmacy. At last, I would like to show you an evaluation about our new clinical block, about facts in numbers. Hopefully, you can join to our medical, dentistry, or pharmacist training in the upcoming years. We would be happy to welcome you in our university. We hope that you can visit us. For further information, just follow this link. I would like to say thank you for visiting us today. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.
Great. So thank you so much, Dharma, for sharing the first video with us. So as you see, we saw some numbering, some about the university, and there are a lot of faculties. And I can see that also we started to receive some questions, which is great. And keep writing all of the questions that you might have into the Q&A section, because as mentioned, we will be answering during the second part of the presentation. And also I wanted to remind you all that we will be sending you an email after this webinar, and we will be sharing with you some useful links, and also there will be an email address that you can contact in case you have any further question that maybe we didn't have time to answer. So as mentioned, we will be now showing you a second video. We will be talking about in particular the Faculty of Pharmacy, and I'll now leave the floor again to Dalma, who is going to play the second video. Keep writing all of your questions, and we will be answering them right after the second video. Thank you.
Hi, my name is András Fittler. I'm a pharmacist. I'm the Vice Dean of the Faculty of Pharmacy, University of Pécs. And this video is intended for those who are interested in becoming a pharmacist, interested in a pharmacy career, a healthcare profession, and also those who are interested to study pharmacy in a university. So first of all, I will introduce you the pharmacy career opportunities around the globe at international level. We have to state that there is no healthcare without pharmacists and medications. and pharmacists are essential elements of the healthcare team at the global level. So that's the main goal for you when you will become a pharmacist in the future. However, now you have different questions regarding application, education, and most of this information you can find on websites of universities, also the University of Pécs website. However, there's a big question, the final goal, becoming a pharmacist and having a career. So first of all, before I introduce pharmacy education at the University of Pécs Faculty of Pharmacy, I will focus on introducing you important statements regarding the pharmacy career in general. We will discuss what should you know about the pharmacy profession, what career opportunities you will have in the future after graduation, is there a need for pharmacists at all at the labor market, and also which destination countries you should consider when you will start your professional life in the future, and is there anything you have to do before you start working in any given country. Okay, pharmacy, and trust me, I'm a pharmacist, I have 15 years of experience in this field, is a really rewarding career. There are several reasons for that. The first one, that pharmacy is exciting. You can combine science with healthcare, IT, business, manufacturing, and also interaction with patients. Also, pharmacist is a trusted profession around the globe. Pharmacists graduating at the University of Pécs receive the doctoral degree with their diplomas, and pharmacists are typically ranked as a highly accepted professional worldwide. Also, and this is a very important thing for you to know, there are several opportunities after graduation. I will discuss in detail later, but you can work in community pharmacies, you can work in hospitals, you can work in the industry, and you can participate in research and drug discovery. And also, pharmacy as a profession in long term, in most countries that I know about, provides excellent earning potential and job security. So you will easily find a job in most countries, and you will have a wage that can give you a rewarding life in the future. Okay, pharmacy is a really exciting job, and it's especially exciting in the 21st century because this profession, this career is transforming. Previously, pharmacists manufactured medications. Pharmacies supplied medication, so they participated in logistics. However, now, beside these job competencies, there are several new ones evolving in most countries, also in Hungary, but at international, definitely in developed countries. Pharmacists participate in medication management, which means that they help patients use their drug most efficiently. Okay, discuss, they counsel with their patients. Pharmacists can participate even in emergency care, and there are several advanced pharmacy services around the globe. For example, and it's really interesting now, that pharmacists participate in vaccination, or they participate in helping patients to discover their diseases, and manage their diseases, and participate in testing also. If you see this graph, you see all the services community pharmacists are providing beyond dispensing. Beyond dispensing means that everything else you do besides just giving out the medications. As you see on this graph, which was conducted by the International Pharmaceutical Federation, so it's a global survey result, it shows that pharmacists participate in several fields. For example, managing certain diseases, compounding, manufacturing medications, and community pharmacy and hospital pharmacy level. They can also participate, as I mentioned, in vaccination, asthma management, and also review of certain diseases and medications of the given patients. As I mentioned, there are several career pathways for pharmacists, and this makes pharmacy career and pharmacy profession a really exciting one. The most known job for pharmacists is to work in community pharmacies. Everyday life, you walk around the city and you see pharmacists. Pharmacies are run by pharmacists. These are community pharmacies. But although most of the pharmacists find a job, their career in this field, there are several other opportunities, also very exciting ones. For example, hospital and clinical pharmacy, where you become an important, essential member of the healthcare team and work together with nurses, dietitians, physiotherapists, and medical doctors, of course. Beside that, you can work for the industry, and you can help in or contribute to the development and research of medications. You can also participate in manufacturing, large-scale manufacturing of medications. And also, there are additional job opportunities. You can work for drug authorities or governments or certain health insurance agencies. This set of article snapshots illustrate that there's a definite need for pharmacists around the globe, and pharmacy is a trusted professional in most countries. It provides good earning potential in most countries, so I encourage everybody to consider this option. Whenever you choose a profession, you should always consider several things where you will have your professional life in the future. One definite benefit of pharmacy profession that it's recognized around all Europe countries. So the University of Pécs Faculty of Pharmacy degree is accepted by all European countries. And there's a definite need for pharmacists in Europe and outside Europe. So you will very highly find a job for you at international level. However, depending on the country's destination country regulations, you might have to take language examinations, you have to participate in pre-registration training, or you might be required to qualify in certain examinations or licensure, but that's the same for most professions, not just pharmacy. In this graph, we wanted to summarize you the licensing, the salaries of selected countries, typical target countries for pharmacists. You can see that the higher the annual salary is, the procedure, the time, and the money required for licensure is also higher. But in several European countries, you can earn a reasonable wage at a reasonable investment and time and financial investment. Okay, and now we will turn to the second part of my presentation, which discusses what you can expect when you arrive to the Faculty of Pharmacy, University of Pécs, and start studying as a pharmacy student here, which I encourage you to do. Our faculty, actually the pharmacy education, was founded 20 years ago in the year 2000. And we launched our English program 9 years later, which means that we have more than 10 years experience teaching pharmacy students in English. The faculty is the youngest and probably one of the smallest faculty of the University Pécs, the large university with 10 faculties and a lot of programs, also national and Hungarian language. So we're a small faculty, but it has an added benefit that the education is more personal. You can have a better relationship, more intensive relationship with your classmates and the teachers also. We are planning our university campus, what you can see in the bottom of the page, and hopefully within a few years, all pharmacy students will learn in a very encouraging environment. We have developed our campus continuously, but we have plans for the future, of course. Just a few words about the staff we have. In this limited time, I just want to illustrate you a few snapshots of my colleagues. We have 8 pharmacy-specific departments, teaching mainly pharmacy-specific subjects, professional subjects, and our teaching staff consists of about 40 teachers, and most of the teacher staff is relatively young, so I'm considered to be a middle-aged teacher. Our education is conducted in a way that it's combined with courses from the medical school. We also have courses from the Faculty of Sciences, and we collaborate with the Faculty of Business and Economics. So this also illustrates that pharmacy is a very diverse, complex, so-called multidisciplinary profession combining knowledge from different fields of science, and that also makes it really exciting, according to my perspective. The pharmacy education at the University of Pécs is 5 years, 1-year studies. We have 100 places. You have to complete 300 credits. And this requires definitely work from students. You will have to participate in classes most of the working hours during the week. Education is built up from 3 modules. In the basic module, you learn basic biological and chemical knowledge. In the medical biological module, you learn biochemistry, anatomy, so similar courses that medical students do. And then at the final professional module, you learn pharmacy-specific knowledge, analytics, drug manufacturing, economical, financial, legal aspects, medical plans, all sorts of studies that are specific for pharmacy students. And of course, we welcome our students after graduation in PhD courses offered by the Doctoral School of Pharmacological and Pharmaceutical Sciences. Also, we know it's difficult to study abroad in an environment that's not known for you. There are several mentor programs or student services offered by the university or the medical school, but we have specific courses for pharmacy students to help them in their studies or help them to brush up their English language skills when they arrive to study at the University of Pécs. There's a diverse research profile for our institute. This includes really up-to-date, high-tech research concerning nanotechnology, biotechnology, clinical pharmacy, drug interactions. And also, when you arrive to a university, you will become a member of an international environment, which means that you will join classes with a lot of students from different countries. You have option to meet students arriving from other European countries in the Erasmus mobility program, but also this mobility is offered for students in the English program, so you can move around Europe, and that's also an option, mostly for professional practices. I just brought you a few snapshots of our biotechnology and pharmaceutical technology labs, which were renewed recently. Students will participate in courses in this environment. And to sum up, I would like to highlight that if you become a pharmacist in the future, you will be an important member of the healthcare team. You will benefit from the increased demand from pharmacists worldwide, and this offers you job stability for the rest of your life, and also mobility. You can choose between countries and locations, and it's interesting to know that pharmacists are typically participating in innovative processes. You can participate in drug research mainly, and that's a key point for pharmacy innovation. And also, pharmacy offers varied career opportunities. You can work in community pharmacy setting, you can work in hospital pharmacy setting and work as a clinical pharmacist. You can work in the industry and participate in research and drug manufacturing. Thank you for your attention, and we welcome you in Pécs soon.
Great. So thank you so much for sharing this video with us. And now, as promised, is really the time to answer all of your questions. I can see that we actually receive lots of questions. So ready to start. So one of the first questions that we receive, and actually I can see that is a question that's been asked quite frequently, they're asking if the university is offering any sort of scholarships for students. And if so, if these may vary by countries or if it's a general, and how to apply for this.
Okay, hi, I can answer this question. Well, it's quite a long answer. because the medical school and the Faculty of Pharmacy participate in altogether 3 types of scholarship programs. The biggest one is the Stipendium Hungaricum scholarship program. You have heard that we have 4 English language programs altogether: the general medicine, the dentistry, the biotechnology master program, and the pharmacy program. These all 4 programs participate in the Stipendium Hungaricum scholarship. We also participate in the scholarship for the Hungarian diaspora program, but that's only for people who originate from Hungary but live abroad. So that's quite of a special kind of program. All 4 programs also participate in this. And the 3rd type of scholarship program is the scholarship for Christian young people. Only the pharmacy program participates in this. The bad news is that the application period for all the 3 scholarship programs are over at the moment. So all these programs have an application period from November till January or February, depending. And now this is March, so these are over. So you cannot, if you haven't done it, then you cannot apply for this academic year. But the good news is that when you are a student, you are a fee-paying student at our medical school or the Faculty of Pharmacy, you can still apply for the scholarship, but at that time, the requirements and the conditions are a bit different. So it's a bit more difficult to get the scholarship if you are a student already, but there is a possibility for that as well. What else should I tell you about this? Actually, the admission period is the same. So all the entrance exams are together with the fee-paying students. So we don't consider who is a scholarship applicant, who is a tuition fee-paying applicant. So these kinds of requirements about the entrance exam are all the same. But you have to know that the scholarships are not provided by the university, but these are provided by a certain Hungarian foundation, which is totally independent from us. So we nominate good students who we think would be okay, so we could accept, but the final decision is always made by the foundation.
Perfect, thank you so much. We have a question about programs. So they're asking if they offer postgraduate program, and also about the bachelor program. Maybe just to clarify which program you offer at which level.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the general medicine, the dentistry, and the pharmacy programs are all one-tier undivided master programs. That means that you could hear at the presentation that the medicine is for 6 years long, and the dentistry and the pharmacy are for 5 years long. So these are quite a big field programs. So undivided means that you can actually enter immediately after graduating from secondary school. So with a high school diploma, you can enter our university and then graduate with a doctor's degree. And we also have a biotechnology program, and that's a master program, which means you need to have a bachelor's program in a certain field which relates to this biotechnology, so that you can apply. So that's different kind of a program. The biotechnology is for 2 years.
Perfect, thank you. They're also asking if all of your undergraduate programs are held in English, and they also ask if they need to speak Hungarian to leave and come and studying at university.
Now we are talking about the English language programs. So at our medical school, you know, we are in Hungary. So of course, the university offers trainings in Hungarian for the Hungarian students. We also offer programs, all these 4 programs in English. So these English programs are for international students. We have 67 nationalities at our programs altogether. And we also have German language programs. These are, so this means that all the instruction is in English or German, okay? So all the way, all the instructions, all the lectures, the practices, everything, all the exams are in English or in German. The curriculum are mostly the same. So everything is based on the Hungarian curriculum, which is given by law, you know. So that's what we need to teach. And the English training and the German training are quite similar to the Hungarian training. And the diploma that you will get afterwards are all similar. I mean, you can use either of them or any of them to be able to work in anywhere in Europe, because, you know, we are in the European Union, so all our diplomas are acceptable in the whole of the European Union. Hungarian. You don't have to speak Hungarian to be able to enter the trainings, but you need to speak English. So English, we do not require a language examination, I mean a paper certificate of an English language examination, but we will examine your English language competence at the written exam as well as on the oral interview. So the examiner will evaluate the English knowledge of the applicant as well. Hungarian, you need to learn while you're here for 2 years. So that's compulsory. It's because, so altogether 4 semesters of Hungarian learning is required at the medical school. It's because after the first 2 years, when you enter the 3rd year, I'm talking about the general medicine program now. When you enter the 3rd year, you enter the clinical phase of the studies, which means you need to go to a hospital or a clinic, and there you will meet patients who speak Hungarian. So that's why you need to be able to speak a bit of Hungarian, you know, some, you know, like colloquial Hungarian and also medical Hungarian.
Perfect.
There is a final exam at the end of the 2nd year in Hungarian.
Perfect. So let's say that the courses will be held in English, but definitely a bit of Hungarian then will be useful. Actually, you already answered another question, because they're asking us if the medical qualification would be acknowledged somewhere else. For example, they asked in Switzerland. So you said yes, in all the European Union countries. And another question Andrea is asking if you offer any sort of exchange program.
I think one of the professors have already mentioned this. So exchange programs like Erasmus and Erasmus +5 programs are offered for all the students. They can apply. Normally or usually students in their higher years apply to this, especially general medicine students starting their 6th year, because the 6th year, the whole year is clinical rotation year, and we offer the opportunity for the students to go abroad to complete practices or part of practices or most of the practices in other countries, not just here at our clinics. And they can apply for these Erasmus scholarships so that they can go abroad. So this is possible.
That's great. Valeria is asking, if I am studying in a different school, so I suppose maybe she's enrolled in a bachelor already, can I apply for the admission? So I'm not sure if maybe she can have some exam validated. I'm not sure if Valeria, you're connected and you want to let us know where you are connecting from. Maybe this can help. So if she can apply to the university to be admitted.
We also offer the opportunity for exemption from taking the entrance exam. That's possible if the applicant has already completed at least 2 semesters of some kind of medicine-related studies beforehand, or if that studies are in progress at the moment. So, but at least 2 semesters must be completed before application, or if the bachelor degree is already there, then they can directly enter the medicine or the dentistry program, for example, without entrance examination. But of course, we need to evaluate if the courses that, I mean, based on the transcripts and the diploma, if everything is okay. For that, that's the only opportunity when we require a language exam. So 2 requirements: a language requirement with a B2 level language exam, English language exam, and the academic requirement is based on the transcript of studies. Application is available, I mean, application for the exemption is available on our application form until the end of May. Normally, the application period is until the end of June, but the exemption application is 1 month earlier.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Lydia. Juan Sebastian is asking us, due to the current pandemic situation, if the classes are online or on site. I know it's very hard to predict, but maybe if you can give us some advice on how the situation has been handled at the moment.
Most of the courses are online. Actually, we have some kind of a hybrid kind of education at the medical school, because you need to know that medicine is really a skill-based, a hands-on something that you study. So for those courses where the course director considers presence of the students really required, then in those courses, the practices are held for students. For other types of courses where it's not that really required, everything is online. Most of the courses are online. Some of them are offline.
Perfect. Thank you, Lydia. They're asking if you have a career service, and if there is an interview to get admitted that a candidate should pass.
Career service, like at the end of the studies or something like that?
I think so. So I don't know if whoever wrote this question is online, if you can maybe specify, maybe someone that, I don't know, helps in terms of like internship or helps getting a job, checking the CV or sort of things like this.
We don't have that kind of service. However, the English-German Student Council or the Hungarian Student Council is able to help students. And also when they go to their 6-year rotational practices, they will actually need to meet, you know, different kinds of hospitals, leaders of hospitals and clinics. So they actually have a chance to be able to work somewhere where they can manage to work later after graduation. So normally our students arrange a deal with their future employer meanwhile at school.
Perfect, that's great. They're asking if it is easy to find a job in Europe after graduating. I am from Colombia, so maybe about job opportunities after graduating, maybe to stay in Hungary or to move to another European cities.
As our diplomas are accepted everywhere, I can tell you that the Hungarian kind of diploma is appreciated everywhere in Europe. So I even heard that in some parts of Norway, for example, the the Pécs diploma, the Pécs medical diploma is preferred even as compared to somebody who has graduated from a Norwegian medical school. So they consider it better. If you want to work in as a doctor in Hungary after graduation, that's also possible, because we have lots of doctors working who come from foreign countries who have graduated from our university. But for that, you need to speak Hungarian very well. So you won't be able to get a job in Hungary if you don't speak Hungarian very well. But you have 6 years to learn Hungarian. And I know a lot of students or former students who have learned Hungarian really, really well. So it's possible.
Thank you. Another question is about, so we talked about the quality of this education. So we wanted to ask you how many candidates apply and how many candidates actually get in. Mm-hmm. And finally, they also ask about, for example, about also scholarship. So how many people apply for the scholarship, how many people get it?
Well, that's quite difficult to tell. Last year we had almost 1,000 applicants for the 4 programs altogether. I cannot tell you exactly which programs had how many applicants, but most of them wanted to be a doctor. And we have a frame number of 180 for the medicine, and 60 for dentists, and 100 for the pharmacy, and very few, like 15 for the biotechnology. So of course not everyone will get in, that's for sure. We normally accept half or 2/3 of our applicants, and even those who are accepted may not come to us, because a lot of applicants apply to many medical schools, so they might not land at our medical school, but normally we accept at least half of them who apply. For the scholarship program, as I told you before, the final decision is not made by us. So we have quite a small quota, and the quota is always divided between all the programs of the Hungarian medical schools who offer the same kind of education, like medicine. We have 4 medical schools offering medicine. So the quota is divided between the 4 universities, and also countries have quotas as well. So maybe if you're from Colombia, I don't know, or Ecuador, maybe your country quota is like 2 people. I don't know, because we don't know the numbers. I just think that some countries may have bigger quotas, some countries may have lower quotas. I really have no idea, but I know that we normally nominate more applicants than actually will get the scholarship.
Perfect, that's great. Talking about lots of people that are applying and people that actually get in, what really makes an application stand out? What are you looking for in a candidate?
Good question. I'm not an examiner, but I know that because we consider, or we make the evaluation based on the entrance performance of at the entrance exam exclusively. So we will not look at high school grades. So nobody will scan through the high school. Of course we will, because we need to check if everything is okay, but the examiner will not look at the high school transcripts. So they will not know who you are actually, because they won't see your file. They will just meet you. They won't even know your performance at the written exam, because they don't know the points you will receive for the written exam. They will want to know if you're really motivated, if you want to be a good doctor. They will want to know what your motivation is. I mean, if it's a family kind of motivation, that everybody has been a dentist in my family, I also want to be a dentist, something like this. Or everybody is a lawyer in my family, I don't want to be a lawyer, I want to be a doctor, or something like this. I've been always a good student in my high school, I want to study something very precious or prestigious. So something you need to prove that you will be a good student. And we know that good student is somebody who really studies hard, because medicine is hard. So nobody will tell you that, oh, you can just go through it in 6 years. No, that's not the case. Medicine is hard. So you will need to study a lot, and you will be, and we search for those students who are able to study a lot, really. So that's what we look at.
Thank you so much, Livia. They're asking us if the admission exam due to the situation are actually due online for this time, or
the admission, yeah, everything is online. The admission exams, there are the exam is complex. So the entrance exam is a complex one. It consists of a written test, which is online on our own university platform. We will send you the link before the exam, and then it will open exactly at the time of the given time period when you need to do the test. And then afterwards, it's an oral exam. We can manage the oral exams by Skype or by Zoom, depending on, some countries don't allow Skype, so that's why we need to use Zoom as well. So it's we need to negotiate it with the applicant, and yeah, so everything is online.
Perfect. We have Mina who's asking, she says, I have finished my integrated master studies of pharmacy in Belgrade, Serbia. She's asking about PhD program. So she's asking, so I could enter to the PhD program or apply for it?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Actually, my office does not deal with PhD programs, so I only deal with the other 4 I've been talking about. But we do have English version of the PhD programs, and also we have the pharmaceutical studies PhD program as well. I can send you a link where you can inquire. PhD programs are also part of the Stipendium Hungaricum scholarship program. But I can't tell you more about it because I don't know.
No problem. But yes, they do offer PhDs. Of course, in the follow-up email, get in contact so they can give you more details. In terms of background, so they're asking, I studied bacteriology and clinical laboratory, and I'm currently in the 4th semester in Colombia, but I want to move to the medical school. Is this possible? So it's about background to access those courses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as I told you, there is a possibility to apply for exemption from taking an entrance exam based on previous medical related studies. And I think the bacteriology and clinical laboratory studies are good background studies. However, the B1 level, as it was written, is not enough. So we actually need a language examination which proves that the knowledge of English is B2 or higher. So B1 is not enough, unfortunately.
Perfect. In case someone doesn't have all the requirements at the moment of the application, can they still be admitted maybe with a note that if they, for example, score a higher level of English, they can be admitted, like kind of a conditional letter? Is it possible?
In this respect, no. However, we have a preparatory year program. So there is a pre-med program we offer. There are 3 different types. I mean, the length of the program, 3 different lengths of programs at the International Studies Center of the University of Pécs. and they offer English language preparatory and also medicine preparatory at the same time. So if your English is not that good, you can apply to the prep year, and then while you're there, you can apply to our medical school, I mean, a year later. So they can improve your English.
That's great. So we heard actually also in the presentation, but I wanted to ask if you can give a little bit of insight, maybe about the city or the campus, about studying in Hungary, like if there are lots of international students. So any sort of information that you think could be useful for whoever is thinking about moving abroad to Hungary for studying.
Well, our medical school is really international. We have, as I told you, more than students from more than 67 countries, I think. At normal times, I mean, in not COVID times, there is really great student life. Of course, parties and all kinds of charity programs and balls and music playings and concerts and so all our students actually get together and enjoy themselves, apart from studying, of course, because that's the most important, but enjoyment and entertainment is also important. Otherwise you are not able to, you know, concentrate on your studies if you know, it's life work balance. So you know about that. We have, as I think I mentioned already, the English German Student Council, who are a student organization based of our English program students and German program students. So they represent the foreign language program students at our medical school and at the Faculty of Pharmacy. Their main job is to represent the students in academic issues or in legal issues. I mean, when they need to negotiate with the course directors or with the leadership of the university, the students can turn to them and they will represent them. But of course, they also organize these kinds of events for all the students. So they are a big help, really. It's a really big society, and they also participate in charity programs. They raise money for certain clinics. They donate clothes, books, money. They always fight some cause, really. So they are really good.
That's great. Couple of questions left. So they're asking one, I think we already answered, about option to get subject equivalencies. So Jaime, I'm not sure where he's connecting from, he's studying general medicine in his country. So in case you already studied medicine, you would like to move to study.
Sorry, can I just do a bit of a lightning use?
Of course.
Park here already. Oh, that's better. I could hardly see myself. So, yeah, I know that this question is about transferring to
I'm not sure exactly which country is
actually, you know, we need to differentiate between transferring and the exemption request. Because exemption request can be made if you have studied at a bachelor field with something which is related to medicine. But transferring is only possible between the exact same programs. So general medicine to general medicine. And also transfer is only possible if you are an active student at your medical school at the moment. So the studies cannot be stopped. Meanwhile, after both procedures, so after the exemption request admission and also after the transfer request admission, it's possible to request credit transfer of the previously completed courses. And this procedure is not dealt with by our office, but by the registrar's office. And the most important thing to know is that it's course by course, subject by subject, and the equivalences need to be at least 75%. So it's quite hard actually to get a course credited here or recognized here because of the strict requirements. And each individual course is decided on by the course director here. If that course where you studied, I don't know, in let's say Germany. So if that German course you studied in molecular cell biology corresponds to our course here in molecular cell biology in at least 75%. So that's quite difficult, however, possible.
Perfect. Last question, Juan Sebastian is actually asking, I'm not sure if it's saying about biomedical engineering, and he's asking about Master of Science in Biotechnology. So if the profile is suitable for applying.
I think so. I think so. If you're not quite sure, then you can always send, you can apply, of course, and then send the transcript of studies so that we can send it to the head of the course of the biotechnology, and then they will decide if it's okay. Normally they say okay.
Perfect. We actually answered all of the questions that we received so far. So thank you so much, Livia, and actually all of you for being connecting and for all of the questions that you wrote. If you do have any other question and we didn't have time to answer tonight, as I said, we will be sending you a follow-up email. So feel free to send all of your questions afterwards. So I wanted to really thank our speakers and for the presentation, and also Livia, Matej, and Dalma for being with us tonight, and all of you for being connected. Before saying goodbye, I wanted to ask Dalma, Matej, and Livia if they wanted to add anything. I mean, a lot has been said about the school, a lot of questions has been answered, but if you want to have a final word before saying goodbye to the audience.
Thank you, Federica. Yes, I just would like to add one more information that I'm still typing it into the chat panel, but I will send you some useful links which you can click on, and maybe you will get more information if we cannot answer something in these topics. So just feel free to save them and use them. You can see some videos about our university, about the student life, and everything else. So thank you for attending our webinar. It was very nice to see that you have so many questions and interest about ourselves. So thank you again, and thank you for Federica as well to helping us. And hope you enjoyed it and have a nice day on or evening, however.
Thank you, Dalma. And Matej, I don't know if you want to add anything, even any advice or tips.
Well, it was nice that many of you came to our webinar, and hope we shared many information which were useful for you. And I would like to say good luck for all of you, because it's a big step in all of your lives. We did our thing. We shared what we have in Pécs. Pécs is a really good city. It's a university city, so we warmly welcome all of you here. Thank you.
Thank you, Matej. And Livia, I know you've been answering lots of questions. You've been speaking all evening. One final advice or word that you feel you want to give to the audience?
I encourage you to apply. Feel free to ask questions if you have by our email address. I can also type it in, our email address, the email address of the admission office. We will answer you. We will guide you where you need to read more. And then our application period is open until the end of June. So we still have a lot of free places. So please apply if you would like to.
Perfect. So thank you so much. And I'd like to thank again all the speakers and all of you for being connected tonight. And we really look forward to seeing you soon at the next University of Pécs webinar. And any sort of question that you have and we didn't have time to answer, maybe the question will come afterwards, please feel free to write. Lydia just put the student service email address and refer to this email address, and all of your questions will be answered. Thank you and have a great rest of your day, everyone. Bye.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.